for crabs. They'll set her right.
Crabs? Why crabs?
Never mind the particulars, mate. The white crabs, savvy?
Aye aye.
Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts 3, where today, well, we're getting a serious case of the crabs. Quite literally in this case, because, yeah, you remember how in the previous part I talked about how you can level up your ship? Well, that's basically what collecting crabs is going to be doing, and part of what, you know, all those mysterious flashbacks and messages from Teodama were pretty much all about. Again, Sora has got to free her heart, and then the power of the Caribbean man will be his. Basically meaning that, yeah, Teodama pretty much helps Sora out and become, well, master of the seas. But in order to do that, we're gonna have to collect, her crabs. I knew exactly what I was doing with that. I shouldn't act like surprised or guffawed or whatever, what have you. In any case, so, yeah, this is Port Royal. Now no longer separated into segments as it was in Kingdom Hearts 2. Now we pretty much get like a full run and explore of the place. And, yeah, in terms of geography, it is a little bit different in terms of how it looks compared to, you know, Kingdom Hearts 2, but, you know, there are still some familiar locations. You know, there is still the whole town area right here. We have the fortress off in the distance, so really, yeah, we just got a whole lot more to explore and, yeah, get to see how people lived, in these olden times. Days when, people had gangrenous limbs and, referred to doctors as sawbones and, I don't know, died of scurvy, among various other diseases. Fun, but alas, that was, you know, the limited lifespan that people lived back during ye olden times of the pirately days. So in any case, yeah, where exactly do you find these crabs? Well, they're pretty much hidden here, there, and everywhere. So yeah, you'll either find them just scuttling about on your path, or you'll find them in hidden, you know, little boxes like that, inside cannons, and, yeah, really, the crabs are plenty, so yeah, it's pretty much up to your best bet to basically collect. Again, at minimum, you just need to collect like 300 of the buggers and then make your way back, but if you decide to go a little bit further than that and collect all 500, as we're going to be doing here, yeah, you do actually get a little bonus, you know, for your troubles, so yes indeed. And you can also find crabs beneath the seas, under the flames, anywhere really, so yeah. Your best bet in order to get a majority of them is to just sort of go about Port Royal and, just, you know, have a bit of an explore, fight some enemies and, you know, just go on your merry way, just, go on your merry way, and that's pretty much that, but, yeah. Yeah, we're pretty much just sort of spending most of this part giving you the $10 tour of, you know, wherever this place is, and then, well, come the next part, we'll pretty much have another amount of cutscenes, and then the game very much lets off the leash, so to speak, and, yeah, you're free to sail to your heart's content. You can sail around, explore different islands, come back to Port Royal if you so choose, and, you know, do a couple of minigame things, but, that won't be for a while now. For the time being, we're just finding crabs, and shortly thereafter, and by that I mean the next part, yeah, just, sailing from sea to sea. But yeah, all that aside though, you know, pretty nice ocean vibes, and, yeah, I'm pretty sound as a pound. And even though we don't really need it that badly, in fact you can pretty much choose to not do this, yeah, you can pretty much use Goofy as a shield slider minigame to collect all the crabs you need. Oh, Goofy, you have a whole ton of crabs. But yeah, this is also the path, well, again, if you want to be grinding some of the synthesis materials from the nobodies, well, this is pretty much the pathway you take, and the area that you revisit on the off chance that you don't face off against Luke's sword again. So yeah, all that aside, just showing off some of the new Keyblades here, since we pretty much have a long stretch of land. Yeah, we're showing off Happy Gear! That being the Keyblade that we got from Monsteropolis. That was the incorrect motion, but, whatever. Whee! Water park fun times. Yeah, let's show off this Disney ride to the people of Port Royal. See how they react to this fun-filled 21st century thing.
We should use the fancy moves here.
Yeah, that was actually one of the first times I wanted to see how it would have looked in, you know, in terms of like a regular people town, but no, Goofy says, oh no, Sora, we can't shock the natives. But yeah, you can actually talk to civilians and have like a populated town. What a concept, but yeah, I don't know, it's good enough. fun to enjoy the sights of the town and hear people speak in ye old Britishy town accents. Oh yeah, and I can't remember if I forgot to mention this beforehand, but yeah, Captain Jack also has a different voice actor in this game. It's not Johnny Depp, if that's what you're wondering, but it's not, you know, an obvious James Arnold Taylor either. So yeah, the guy who they got for this one in Kingdom Hearts 3 does a pretty good job, and yeah, kind of in keeping with most of you know, the Pirates of the Caribbean worlds up to this point. No Orlando Bloom, no Keira Knightley. In fact, the only person who I think actually does reprise this role is the guy who plays Mr. Gibbs. I can't quite remember his name dead offhand, but I only know him from two things specifically. Both of them being Doctor Who, where he once appeared in the classic series playing Professor... no, that was a new series. He appeared playing as a Hubo Lang, one of the space cops, and once in the new series as Professor Jericho from the Phlox storyline. So yeah... I might not have been able to get the 10th Doctor in here as Scrooge McDude, but don't worry, they get that one guy from the Twin Dilemma and the other guy from the Flux storyline. Two equally unpopular Doctor Who stories from the past and present. Well, present, recent-ish times, whatever. But in any case, though, yeah, lots of different places to look for little ingredients here and there, and in terms of anything else that you're really going to be doing at Port Royal, apart from parking your ship and, you know, leveling it up and all that, yeah, there is, you know, some more minigames and stuff to sort of accomplish around here, so again, there are things to do, and we will be seeing them once we return. It's just that, well, yeah, the most exciting thing we're doing right now is just collecting crabs, which might not seem very exciting, but at the same time, you do get to see enough of the sights and, you know, get a decent view of your surroundings, really, so honestly, it's enjoyable enough. Again, you get a bit of ship combat, and you get a bit of landlubber antics. So, quite frankly, I think you're pretty settled in terms of, you know, varietizing what you're going to be doing in the game, whilst also, you know, focusing on its unique selling point, that being, you know, the ship, and all the wonderful things that it has to offer. In terms of what you're going to be upgrading specifically, you'll basically be getting more cannons, more health, and yeah, basically just preparing yourself for the trials ahead, because, again, as you saw during the battle against Luxor, when we had, you know, the different spheres that indicate what level of ships you're going to be fighting against, yeah, if you're not prepared, yeah, those red level ships, if you happen to enter, like, one of the more difficult sectors of, you know, the ocean, yeah, they will kick your ass pretty fast, so, yeah, you're really going to be on your guard. All that aside, however, as we continue fucking with people's perception of time, oh, now they'll never know what time of day it is in the clock tower. But yeah, that's pretty much the breaks. And again, if you do upgrade your ship to its maximum level, as a special reward on top of, you know, getting a more powerful ship with a high wind, you also get to unlock the Black Pearl. So yeah, I can't remember if I showed this off or not. I'm gonna say no, but yeah, you do end up unlocking the high wind. No, not the high wind, the Black Pearl. So yeah. Again, if you want to take control of Jack's ship, you can, and it pretty much has the same stats as your fully upgraded Highwind as well, so yeah, you're pretty much all sorted for that matter. I mean, again, like I said, I would have also preferred maybe some other rewards, like, again, if not meeting Final Fantasy characters like, you know, Lila or, you know, Faris, I would have at least preferred maybe getting, you know, Sildra, you know, at least in terms of, like, a design reference from Final Fantasy V, that would have been, you know, pretty sweet. But, Aqueist, I suppose it was not meant to be. And to while away the wee hours with a bit of trivia, let's see what we have. As he desperately tries to unlock his telecommunications device. Yeah, did you know that Aqua, Terra, and Ventus's names all derive from Eriquus? Yeah, that's the rockin' trivia I have now. But yeah, I mean, again, I don't know if that was intentional, but yeah, Eriquus, they all have elements and letters of their name that, you know, drip down into Ventus, Aqua, Terra. I mean, again, I'd say that that's unintentional, but again, with Tetsuya Nomura, you never know, like, what details he intentionally leaves in as, you know, references or, you know, hidden clues as to what characters' true allegiances are, or if he does something purely as a joke, like when he was asked a question about what hidden info about Kingdom Hearts haven't you revealed yet, and he jokingly revealed in an interview, oh yes, the Palpu fruit, it's meant to be a reference to pure paradise. which he stated very tongue-in-cheek, so... Again, like, I mean, say what you will about Tetsuya Nomura, but I mean, he does have a sense of humor, which is, you know, contrary to what a lot of people tend to think about the guy, who's very self-serious.
Let's see.
And yes, this is definitely going to be one of the more difficult levels in order to find a lot of the lucky emblems, especially considering the vast scope that you have to explore, which, yeah, I mean, in terms of hunting for the lucky emblems, this one very much was eye on the guide for me compared to a lot of other parts of Kingdom Hearts 3, but... Yeah, needless to say, you got your work cut out for you.
I think I see something on the roof.
Fiddler crabs on the roof. What are they doing on the roof? Let's go up on to the roof, so I may continue to sing my spoof. And yeah, pretty much all the flavor text you're going to be getting from these peons and peasants. It's pretty much just gonna be, golly gee, these prices sure are delicious. Yar har fiddle-dee-dee, we are pirates, as you can see. Well, actually, no, they're not really even pirates, really. They're just sort of townsfolk, village idiots, commoners. Yeah, not really too much getting in terms of, like, any of the real mythos to, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean. Again, as you can no doubt tell with, you know, some earlier cutscenes of, how there's, two Jacks seemingly running around, one with us and the other with, you know, Cutlet, you know, who was, with the East India Trading Company and is, for all intents and purposes, one of the main antagonists of the movie, despite, you know, Davy Jones also sort of taking up that role. Yeah, a lot of things going on, and in a similar vein to Frozen, while they do try and keep Sora, Donald, and Goofy out of harm's way in terms of interfering with any of the plot, because, well, I mean, again, if you have seen, you know, The World's End, you know there isn't really too much that Sora, Donald, and Goofy can do to really interfere with things. But at the same time, though, they do allow Sora, Donald, and Goofy to interact when it matters most, and that is when, you know, all our characters come together and we get to the big climax, which, admittedly, is pretty fucking amazing, so I'm not going to say anything more, but, yeah, it's a massive improvement over Frozen World that felt like they were keeping Sora, Donald, and Goofy out of harm's way purely because of Daddy Disney, whereas here it feels like, okay, let's give them something else to do, let's have them, you know, play pirate for a little bit, and then with some of the more important scenes, let's have them, you know, really kick some ass and, you know, showcase the power of video game adaptations. During a time when movie tie-in games no longer exist, and it's also showing us, well, again, what video games now are capable of in terms of recreating the look and feel of, like, a film franchise that you would have gotten back during the, you know, 6th generation, but sadly don't exist anymore for better or for worse. Yes, I agree, Donald. Crabs. I guess I kind of get into that a little bit, like, I mean, again, it's a... Again, I mean, it is a quality thing that you no longer have, like, shonky shovelware movie tie-in games that are absolute crap, but at the same time, though, it also means that you'll never get some weird, like, sort of experimental sort of titles based on movies, like, you'll never get another Matrix Path of Neo, nor will you ever get, like, another Punisher game, or, you know, anything of the sort, really. It's a bit of a shame, but, I don't know. Yeah, it's just a fad of video game days gone by that, you know, I miss and enjoy in equal parts. And this is also the second point in which you can fight your, well, I mean, it's pretty much just hulls around here, really, so, yeah, another decent place to grind if you so choose. And now we have our claw attachment with the Happy Gear. And as you can tell, it's also pretty much utilizing the same abilities as, you know, the Frozen Blades, so... Yeah, it is very much just sort of a skin swap at this point, but you do get some unique finisher moves when you know, you do finally use a Happy Gear to its fullest extent. Ah, having a fresh shower. Actually, what sort of water would that be? Would yeah, I guess it'd technically be fresh, because, I mean, there are, like, you know, springs and whatever underground that sort of... Yeah, whatever. I really don't know enough about, water filtration. Or at the very least in the natural world, really, that sort of filters it to such a significant degree. Whatever. I really should have researched harder on my hydrodynamics. But unfortunately, I didn't pass Bernoulli's, school, so... There we go. Here goes! Woohoo! Yeah! Alright, crabs! Delicious crabs! Can make ourselves a nice linguine! Yeah! I mean, speaking of which, though, I mean, crabs are quite nice, and they're pretty good eating. I mean, again, I know, well, okay, it's kind of a weird, debatable thing that not a lot of people are really for seafood. Like, I mean, some people not even like your basic sort of like a, you know, fish and chips combo, which is, I don't know, slightly odd. I guess maybe I find it weirder than I should, because, you know, I was born in, like, a port town, and, you know, I grew up in an area very similar to Destiny Islands and Kingdom Hearts, so, you know, I'm very much used to having a seafood diet with, you know, crabs, eels, sea urchins, all stuff like that makes for good eating. But, yeah, it's quite odd. By the way, there is actually a lucky emblem in here that I failed to get, but it's on one of the ball and chains, which basically has the Mickey Mouse logo on it.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's meant to be, I think it's like right in the far end of the cell, but, yeah, I didn't get it until a little bit later, and I'll basically be showing that one off in a cleanup video. It's right there, actually, but I don't see it for whatever reason. Because I'm stupid. Goddamn motherfucking stupid. But anyway, back onto the seafood topic, yeah, kind of a shame not a lot of people really tend to enjoy seafood. It's quite good. I love seafood. Seafood and eat it. Hello, hello, is this thing on? But yeah, in any case though, prawns, eel especially, actually, I really love eel. Very good in your Japanese dishes. But yeah, in any case, this is pretty much a big box area where you pretty much need to collect everything. In terms of some of the upcoming areas up here, actually, when you have crabs along with enemies to fight, yeah, you'll notice that Sora tends to lock onto the crabs more often than he does the enemies, which can be a wee bit balls, but yeah, nothing you can really do about it at this stage. There is actually a secondary purpose of this area, which, again, involves some of the, well, flans that will be coming back to, you know, in order to deal with a minigame, but yeah, as you can see, it's locking onto the crab barrels, but not the enemies, which you want to take out first, so yeah, targeting reticle goes a bit bandy right there. Bit of a shame, really, but not much else you can really do. But yeah, I mean, in terms of, you know, stuff that enemies are dropping, or basically also very much showing, well, pretty much the yo-yo functionality of a second transformation of the Happy Gear. Again, a pretty good Keyblade, it's very athletic and, you know, quite unique and quite fun. And then, of course, you have your monster, crunch, 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 bleh. Oh, and one thing I also forgot to mention, the keychain on the little Happy Gear thing, and indeed what I think it's meant to be based on, is actually meant to be like the little monster suit that Sully and Mike gave to Boo to disguise her in the human world. Because, you know, monsters think humans are toxic and, yeah, all that fun stuff. Figured I might as well mention it now, since I think I forgot to mention it in the previous world, and if I did mention it beforehand, well, whoopsie-doodle, and thank Nomine. So many delicious crabs! I mean, honestly, the people of Port Royal will be eating good for weeks, if not years, with all these fucking crabs around. Well, I mean, then again, given the being that they're related to, I guess maybe ingesting these crabs would probably have some sort of, like, sea curse attached to them. Which, I mean, in this world wouldn't be uncommon, considering the fact that, you know, this world is also held to the famous, like, you know, pirate curse with the, you know, curse of the black spot. You know, with the whole gold thing that we dealt with in our last adventure. Yes, pip British. All aboard the ship Blue Peter. And whatever else. Where is Peter Purvis? Who's the host of the show? God, who the fuck am I? Why do I reference such bizarre television programs that I don't think anybody would really get? Unless, of course, I know what I'm talking about. Which they don't. Arr, matey, time for church. Yar har. But yeah, we've got more than enough crabs to, well, pretty much feed the entire Australian army at this point, so yeah, I mean, again, you do have a limit that you can collect, even beyond what you're collecting here. I mean, it's pretty much like 500 crabs, and you pretty much automatically teleport back to, well, your ship, so yeah, that's pretty much the end of it. But, yeah, all you really need is just 300, then you can pretty much immediately head back, and, yeah, in terms of your air step ability that you use by, you know, utilizing your shot lock, yeah, you can actually get some decent distance, so, like, I mean, I think if you're about as far as, like, the second little town area away from your ship, you can pretty much just, you know, jump over there, and you can pretty much zoom all the way back to your ship, and, you know, Bob's your uncle, you pretty much have all your crabs you need, and, yeah. That's that, really. Whee! I do, again, and this is really me, sort of me talking about a little bit later on, but I do really wish that Goofy's slider shield thing had a little bit more mechanical depth to it. I talked about this a little bit in the Frozen world, but I don't know. I mean, apart from maybe like a jump ability, I don't know, the ability to pull off some tricks or something. Yeah, I don't know, maybe the skateboard in Kingdom Hearts 2 kind of spoiled me, or, I don't know, maybe it's because of, like, you know, similar antics with, you know, the jetboard in Jak 2, where you could actively pull off tricks on the fly and pull it out whenever you wanted. I don't know, it would have been a nice little thing you could have done to liven the experience a little bit, but alas, it was not meant to be. But it would have been a nice shout-out to an extremely goofy movie where Goofy ends up at a skateboarding competition. But whatever, that's pretty much all she wrote, so on that note, I'm Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and next time, we sail the 7 seas.
Aye, that's all of them. Now, to my final task. Be back in a trice.
Oh.